Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled you're here because today, well, we're talking about something we literally all do every single day, and that's writing sentences. Whether you're drafting a really critical work email, putting the finishing touches on a term paper, or just firing off a quick message to a colleague on Slack, you've probably noticed something. Some sentences just effortlessly sing, right? While others, they just kind of stumble, get totally tangled up and fall flat. So why is that? What's the secret ingredient there? Let's figure it out together. So, what makes a sentence truly effective? If you've ever just stared blankly at a blinking cursor, wondering why your paragraph feels incredibly clunky and hard to read, you are definitely not alone. It's a super common struggle. But today, we're going to fix that by looking at an academic concept from English grammar that I actually like to call the holy trinity of sentence construction. And trust me, once you understand this, you cannot unsee it. It is absolutely going to change the way you write forever. Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our blueprint for today. 1. Elements of effective sentences. 2. Mastering sentence unity. 3. Avoiding coherence pitfalls. 4. The power of emphasis. And 5. Your next writing challenge.
Section 1. Elements of effective sentences.
As we build our sentence house today, I really want you to think of the construction process in 3 distinct phases, because obviously you can't put up expensive wallpaper before the walls are even built, right? And here they are: unity, coherence, and emphasis. The holy trinity of effective writing. A master writer actually manipulates these 3 specific elements to completely change a sentence's impact on the reader. Unity ensures you have a solid, single foundation. Coherence ensures the logic flows clearly, kind of like well-laid plumbing. And emphasis? Well, that's the strategic interior design that directs the eye exactly where you want it to go. Section 2. Mastering sentence unity. The concept of unity is beautifully simple. Every part of a sentence must contribute to one main unifying thought. That's literally it, one thought. Sentences fall apart completely when they're stuffed with totally unrelated ideas or if they're left grammatically incomplete. It's kind of like trying to build a bedroom and a kitchen in the exact same spot. It just completely confuses the reader. But unity is incredibly fragile. Here are the 5 primary ways writers accidentally violate unity. 1. Combining completely unrelated ideas. 2. Stuffing in way too many details. 3. Incomplete constructions, like starting a thought and just leaving it hanging in the air. 4. Faulty subordination, where your actual main idea just gets buried. And 5. Faulty parallelism. So this is the specific chaos we're about to organize and fix together. And this brilliantly illustrates our first point. The models were all dressed in the latest fashions, and many of them are unemployed. I mean, these are 2 entirely different thoughts just smashed together. High fashion and then unemployment. The merciful fix here is to just split them up. The models were all dressed in the latest fashions. Many of them are unemployed. Bam! One main thought per sentence restores that unity immediately. Now let's look at that 5th trap we mentioned earlier, parallelism. This is a big one. Think of a sentence like a math equation. It has to balance out perfectly. Equal ideas literally need equal grammatical weight. As you can see, if you use a noun, match it with a noun. A gerund goes with a gerund. An infinitive pairs with an infinitive. If you mix a gerund with an infinitive, well, the sentence becomes totally unbalanced, and unity is instantly destroyed. Have you ever caught yourself doing this? We have a gerund, swimming, awkwardly matched up with an infinitive phrase, to go fishing. It sounds incredibly clunky, doesn't it? But notice what happens when we balance it out. By matching a gerund with a gerund, swimming and fishing are my favorite sports, the sentence instantly tightens up. It's balanced, it's unified, and it's just so much more effective. Section 3. Avoiding coherence pitfalls. Okay, so with our foundation poured, we are ready to build the walls and run the utilities. So what exactly is coherence? Coherence basically means the various parts of a sentence must follow one another in an order which makes their relationship crystal clear. If unity ensures you only have one main idea, coherence ensures your reader actually makes it from the beginning of that idea all the way to the end without getting hopelessly lost in the dark. Let's categorize the chaos again here. There are 4 primary traps that will completely tangle up our sentence wiring. First, ambiguous pronoun references. Second, split constructions. Third, mixed figures of speech. And fourth, aimless shifting of viewpoint, which is like jumping randomly from the past tense to the present tense within a single thought. Check out this classic coherence failure.
Susan and her sister both saw the film, but she was disappointed. Let me ask you, who is she here? Is it Susan or her sister? It is completely ambiguous. But watch how easily we can fix this. By simply replacing that really vague pronoun with the actual name, both Susan and her sister saw the film, but Susan was disappointed with it, the ambiguity completely vanishes, and the logic flows perfectly.
Let's look at the split construction next. In the first example, the batsman started to viciously hit the stumps. Notice how viciously just clumsily interrupts the verb to hit? Those are very closely related words, and separating them deeply weakens the sentence's punch. If we just restructure this slightly to keep related words together, the batsman started to hit the stumps viciously, the sentence gains instant clarity and momentum. I always find this next trap a bit amusing, the mixed figure of speech. Just think about the phrase, "My castles in air came tumbling down into a bottomless heap." How on earth can a castle in the sky turn into a bottomless heap? It's a structural impossibility that literally scrambles the reader's brain. We can easily simplify this by just sticking to one metaphor. My castles in the air came tumbling down. Much better.
Section 4. The power of emphasis.
So, we've got a solid foundation, our plumbing is working perfectly without any leaks, and now it is time for the really fun part, the interior design. Let's define this clearly. Emphasis means strategically placing the most important parts of a sentence so that attention is deliberately directed toward them. Unity and coherence make a sentence readable, for sure, but emphasis is what makes it powerful. It tells your reader without a shadow of a doubt, hey, pay close attention to this specific word or idea. So, the crucial point is that in English sentences, the final position holds the most weight. It's essentially reserved for the climax. If we bury the exciting news, her son graduated with honors, we were told, it just kind of falls flat. But by moving the climax to that final position, her son, we were told, graduated with honors, we drastically improve the emotional punch of the sentence.
Just listen to the rhythm of this sentence. The dog was his only friend, his only companion, his only confidant, and his only heir. Do you feel the weight of that? The forceful, rhythmic repetition of the word only stresses the absolute uniqueness of the dog in this person's life. It is highly effective. But a quick warning for you, use this technique very sparingly or it'll quickly become boring.
Our final emphasis tool is inversion. Though he was poor, he still gave money to charity. Is grammatically perfectly fine, but it's a bit plain. Let's try flipping the natural subject-object order. Poor though he was, he still gave money to charity. Placing the adjective poor right at the absolute front creates a striking, unforgettable contrast. It demands the reader's attention immediately.
Section 5, your next writing challenge. Well, we have covered a massive amount of ground today, from pouring the concrete foundation all the way to applying the final coat of emphatic paint. But, academic rules are only useful if we actually apply them. Let's move to and see how this builds into a highly actionable tool. Here is your rapid-fire 3-step pre-send checklist that you can use on your very next email or essay. Step 1, check for unity. Does this sentence have just one main idea? Step 2, check for coherence. Is the plumbing clear? Are the pronouns obvious? And step 3, check for emphasis. Does the sentence end on a punchy note? 3 simple steps to entirely transform your writing. I want to leave you with this final provocative thought. Which of your sentences will you rebuild today? The next time you sit down to write, don't just mindlessly type words onto a page. Think like an architect. Build your foundation of unity, wire your coherence, and design your emphasis. Your readers will absolutely thank you, and your ideas will finally have the impact they truly deserve. Now get out there and start building.